Welcome back to the channel. Thanks for checking out this video. Hope you are having a fantastic day. If you are following the ongoing Caitlin Clark WNBA soap opera reality TV drama series, you may know that it's finally happening Sunday. Diana Taurasi and Caitlin Clark will square off for the first time in the WNBA. Diana Taurasi, of course, made some noise with her petty jealousy back during the NCAA tournament. And I'm going to play a brief clip here for you where she was, just as a reminder, and some of you may have missed it when she was on Scott Van Pelt's show with Sue Bird. I actually thought she said things that were a lot worse during the tournament. For those of you that watched the NCAA tournament, they had Sue Bird and Diana Taurasi on, the very professionally dressed Diana Taurasi. I don't even want to say commentating because they had the game announcers for TV and they had these two going over top of it. It got to the point it was so annoying I was muting it because it was just completely taking away from the games. But I thought she was passively aggressively attacking Caitlin Clark in a much worse way than these comments. But that seems to have been memory hold because it was so bad. Anyway, let's roll through this. This is Diana Taurasi and Scott Van Pelt talking about Caitlin Clark coming to the WNBA.
Right? When the college guys come out, they're waiting for him. I mean, Camilla's coming, Caitlin's coming. There's more than just that are coming. What will the league have in store for them when they get there?
Look, SVP, reality is coming.
Okay.
There's levels to this thing, and that's just life. We all went through it.
Of course.
And you see it on the NBA side, and you're going to see it on this side, where, you look superhuman playing against 18-year-olds, but you're going to come with some grown women that have been playing professional basketball for a long time. Not saying that it's not going to translate, because when you're great at what you do, you're just going to get better. But there is going to be a transition period where you're going to have to give yourself some grace as a rookie. And, it might take a little bit longer for some people.
Right on.
So, first of all, and obviously the negative stuff is directed at Caitlin Clark. We all know that based on the things she said before that. You can tell by the way she's saying them. There's a little jealousy there. I don't get this because other people have said this too. The whole you look superhuman playing against some 18-year-olds. You're in college. You're a freshman to a senior. So yes, when you're a junior and senior, you may be playing against some players that are younger than you. You're also playing against players your age. Caitlin Clark was not out there her senior year as a 21, 22-year-old, only playing against 18-year-olds. It's a weird thing to say. Weird. And of course, her comment about some taking longer to adjust. We know that was directed at Caitlin Clark. And then in her follow-up, she backtracked a little, which was interesting. The part in this video doesn't actually have what I really wanted to get to. She just goes on about this is just more about the adjustment stuff about, first grade to second grade is an adjustment, high school to college is an adjustment, blah, blah, blah. But then what was really dumb is this statement right here. The new fans are really sensitive these days, and you can't say anything. Wow. Poor Diana. First of all, you're in a league that's probably lost $500 million. You lose millions and millions of dollars every single year. Again, makes no sense to be insulting new fans, right? It's just dumb. I mean, it's dumb. It really is dumb. But again, when you play in a league that's allowed to lose millions of dollars every year because the NBA is going to cover those losses forever, you become entitled. You don't need the new fans because it doesn't matter to you because your league will never go out of business. It should. It should have a long time ago, but it won't, and you know that. So, I mean, that's a classless thing to say, but anybody who's known Diana her whole career, I will say this: the stuff again with Caitlin Clark is absurd, but she's not a decent person. I mean, she's been this way her whole career. And then there was one other thing I did want to point out before I get to the latest, which is interesting, is I thought this was fascinating. You had this is we don't know who this is. This is a WNBA general manager. Find out who this is and get Caitlin Clark traded this to this team. She said, I would trade my whole team for her, partly because our owner would do it to sell tickets. But on top of that, that's such a great piece to start to build around. She's like Taurasi coming out, and look what Taurasi's done. It's interesting that she used Taurasi's name specifically, which is also kind of why I included this. But there's a GM who gets it, who's actually wanting to put a winning product on the court. So kudos to her, and hopefully we can find out who that is and get Caitlin on that team. But here we go. This is a couple only a day or two ago, I guess, because I guess this is that practice, the media availability thing, and she's asked about the upcoming game with Caitlin Clark. Have a listen to this. This is short. Pay attention, and just pay attention to her body language too.
Your thoughts going into facing Caitlin Clark for the first time on Sunday?
Yeah, it'll be fun.
That's it. Yeah, it'll be fun. And then she looks away. She wanted no part of that question. None whatsoever. Oh, I thought that was fascinating. Yeah, we're gonna play that one more time. Check this out.
Your thoughts going into facing Caitlin Clark for the first time on Sunday?
Yeah, it'll be fun.
Doesn't even look at the reporter before she turns away completely. As soon as that question's asked, she looks at someone else or over the reporter's shoulder or what have you. Wanted nothing to do with it. And I mean, the one thing, luckily for Diana Taurasi, that she has going for her is that Caitlin Clark's own team is trying to sabotage her. So Diana's got a shot. But this whole reality is coming. Yeah, I mean, she was right about that. Reality is coming. Reality is here. And it's coming for you, Diana Taurasi, because despite terrible coaching, despite her own teammates working against her, not setting screens, dropping passes, missing layups, not passing to her, Caitlin Clark is still destroying records left and right. She shoots better from 30 feet plus than most WNBA players shoot on layups. She's the fastest player in history to 30 points, 100 rebounds, 100 assists. Remember the big deal of hitting the 15-5-5 in 5 games like Brianna Stewart did her rookie year, who finally did it in September of her rookie year? Cece averages those numbers, okay? In the 4 games since she tied that mark with Brianna Stewart, she's done it 3 more times. And the 1 game she didn't do it, she had 16.7 assists and 4 rebounds. Melissa Smith probably stole a rebound from her to keep her from getting that. She's averaging 16.2, 5.5 rebounds, 6.6 assists. Averaging. Okay. And we could go on and on about records and this and that. And I've covered a lot of stuff. And for those of you that may have seen it, I did a sort of a deep dive into Caitlin Clark versus the guards on the Olympic team. And I talk a lot about points per shot, which is a great indicator of overall scoring offense effectiveness because it takes into consideration, obviously, the 3 versus the 2, but also, and the percentages on both, but also getting to the free throw line as well. And I showed what Caitlin Clark's was, which was 1.3 points per shot. That was the offense she created for every shot versus the other guards. But then I also just comparison because of the names throughout Asia Wilson and Angel Reese. And the only one ahead of Caitlin Clark in the grouping was Asia Wilson, who was at 1.6. Okay. Well, in those few games since, Caitlin Clark's points per shot has gone up from 1.3 to 1.33 because in the last 5 games, she scored 89 points on only 55 shots, which is a 1.62 points per shot clip, which is higher than Asia Wilson's season of 1.6 by a little. But we'll just go last 5 games. Caitlin Clark, 89 points, 55 shots, 1.62 points per shot. Asia Wilson, who just had a great game against Chicago and has been having a great games all season. She has 137 points in her last 5 games. Those 137 points came on 87 shots, 1.57 points per shot. Caitlin Clark, despite everything that's going on, has a higher points per shot productivity over the last 5 games than A'ja Wilson does. Reality is here, Diana Taurasi, and it will see you on Sunday. And I really hope her teammates actually play with Caitlin Clark. I hope she takes more than 9 shots, but we will see. It should be interesting. Let me know your thoughts on the whole Diana Taurasi stuff in the comments below. Smash the like button, subscribe to the channel. While I was sleeping, we crossed 3,000 subscribers. Thank you so much. I really do appreciate it. It is really cool to see. Love that you're watching and love that you're commenting and liking and paying attention and having conversations. It's a lot of fun. And I will talk to you later.